And
We go.
we are live in Las
Yay!
Vegas. Not really. Um,
I wish.
we wish. Um, Hi, guys, and welcome to the Ball Live Show, where we will be discussing Dragged to the Wedding by Andrew Gray. This was super cute. So this is going to be super fun. I'm going to let my lovely co-hosts introduce themselves and do the starting ratings and things. And we will start with Lori.
Okay. Hi, I'm Lori from the Teddy Bookworm. I gave it 4 stars. I really liked it. I thought it was fun.
And
And I'm
then,
Hope from It's Hope's Books, and I give it a 4 star too.
Yay!
and obviously, y'all are on my channel. If you don't know who I am Clint from Reads Readers, and I also gave it a 4 star.
Wow, we're
This
all
is
on
the
the same
first book.
page.
This is the first book I think since we started this that we've had the same rating. I think.
And actually, I think it is. Think we
'Cause I think
might have
it's been
had one
where
off.
two people's had the same one, but
Oh,
this
for
is I
second,
think pretty
third.
sure this is the first.
No, okay.
And I love that it took a drag book to do it. So, um,
Honestly, the last thing I'd expect is that.
hello. And Drew couldn't be with us, unfortunately, because of circumstances. I do have Drew and the ladies linked down below, so go give them all the follows, the likes, the subscribes, the all the things. Um, do we want to just get into the discussion and the basic questions? Because,
Yeah.
Okay.
like we said, this is a very simple romance, and I tried my best to think of questions, and I really couldn't. I do have some thoughts to discuss on a couple of things. So let us do our thoughts on the characters. Do we have any fave characters?
I'm brave farting on names, but uh the younger sister.
No, I liked her.
Hi, Shay.
Hi, Shay.
I
I
liked her
hate that I'm
too.
brain farting on names. I finished this book this morning.
Yeah, I'm
Mar
not good with names.
Why do I want to say Margot? But that could be in the book I was
Yes.
just reading.
I just know the
No,
main
that is
character.
this one. I was like, it's an M name, but what was it? Margot.
So it was Margot?
Yeah.
Margaret. It's Margaret. Margaret.
Margaret.
It's
Okay.
the full thing. Because I just saw it on the page. Okay. I liked her. Love the sisters. Don't remember anyone's names.
I
Um,
just know Daniel and James.
Yeah, that's all I know.
I really love Daniel as a character. He is amazing. I will say parts of this when it comes to the drag, as a former drag queen myself, I don't think a lot of the drag was as accurate as it could have been. I know some queens that can get their face ready in like 30 minutes. But you just got off an airplane and you step into the bathroom and you're in there for like 10, 15 minutes and you come out looking like a girl. Who are you? Are you Courtney Act? Like, that's the only thing I could think of is there's one drag queen that I know of that looks like all she wears is lashes and lip gloss and she can pass off as a girl. Even though I know that girl spends 2 hours on her face. But it looks like she's not wearing any makeup. But
Oh yeah.
I'm just like, from a drag perspective, what?
Yeah, even I was like, oh, I was like, I highly doubt anybody could do that much of anything in that period of time. Like I could barely do my makeup in that time.
I was just that's one of my main critiques for this.
Hannah, will you go give Robin her medicine,
Just
Yeah,
the
I don't.
whole
Yeah,
please?
makeup aspect of things. Granted, when I did drag, I got up at 10 o'clock in the morning, started shaving, and started getting my outfits ready for a 10 o'clock
Mm.
show at night. And I would spend 3 to 4 hours on my face. Because if I made a mistake and I had to wipe it all off, I could do it again. And I always set 4 hours.
yeah, fair enough.
So, like in my head, I was like, 10 minutes? What is this? RuPaul's Drag Race quick drag? So, did we have any least favorite characters minus the preacher?
That's what I was gonna say, but
Because he's kind of obvious.
yeah, but the mom
Um,
or Wes,
Oh
Wesley.
God, I hate him.
oh
My
yeah,
brain just goes the asshole because that's what I
Ugh.
yeah.
started calling him.
Shay, what is it that we say every live show? What is it? He's the. I want to say boob, but that's not right.
No,
He's a
I
hoe.
forget.
He's a hoe. Okay,
Ho, yeah,
thank
yeah,
you. Thank
yeah,
you, Shay.
yeah. Ho.
It's been a long day. It's end of month and having to rush to finish everything at work.
This has been
Listen,
the whole month has been nuts.
Yeah,
this is the longest yet shortest month of my life. And I
that's accurate.
probably blame the readathon that I'm taking part in because it's pissing
Yeah,
me off.
me too. I'm doing that. Escape the readathon.
I'm
Crazy.
doing mayhem, mystery and mayhem. It's giving flashbacks to a couple years ago when we had back-to-back competition readathons, which I will not mention, and the shade of both of those. Where I was a guest host in one and I was a co-host in the
Thanks,
other.
Hannah.
If that tells Hope what readathons I'm talking about.
Yep, I was like those two, right? But I couldn't remember how back to back they were.
One was May, one was
I
June.
was, yeah, and then you pointed out, I was like, oh yeah, no, that was that.
The mom was a close second, but she redeemed herself, I guess. Agreed.
Kind of. Mm.
Yeah,
But she's starting.
Hmm.
She has
That's me.
potential.
Yeah, she has
she has
potential. Yeah.
growth.
So at least it showed that, and I was happy for that.
Yes,
But also didn't feel 100% realistic,
Yeah.
but whatever. It's a romance. They wanted everything to be happy go lucky.
of course.
Is there any characters you guys want to talk about before we move on?
Mm.
I feel bad for Holly and like all the things that went wrong. I feel so bad for her.
And how
And
much
it
that it
makes
was
me
the
just want to
mom's
grab
fault?
her and hug her and say like, "See, it all worked out in the end."
And they ended up having a drag wedding.
I like that.
That would not have
Yeah.
flown if they lived in the South.
Yeah.
How easily that was to be able to quickly change this up.
Yeah.
Listen. And I love how the dad was like, oh no, if you're going to do it, go full out.
Do it.
Do it, do it. And I was like, yes.
Yeah, that's when I was like, okay, I love the dad.
I like the dad a lot more than the mom.
Yeah.
Oh
A
yeah, because
lot
like
more.
yeah, because with the dad, it's like right away he kind of became like even with the situation with the priest, he was like kind of like, okay, well, I guess this is happening, and I'm letting my kids do this stuff, like being like more calm. And then
Mm.
so then to the end is he's kind of like,
Well,
life's life, as long as everybody's happy.
with him being calm was also James was like, no, 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 no. We're not going to freak out. We will deal with it all right after the wedding.
Yeah.
We're going to get this taken care of right now. The cops are involved. Listen, I've got this handled. Please don't worry. Just do not tell mom.
Yeah.
And that's the only part that the dad really freaked out about. He was like, how am I supposed to hide this from your mother?
Yeah.
We don't keep secrets. How do I hide this from your mother? At least wait until after we have a replacement, please. So she can't step in on that. Listen.
Like she did everything else.
Okay. So, do we have any favorite scenes to start with? Mine was Daniel's or James's first meeting of Daniela.
Oh, well, fair enough. Mine
Now,
is randomly the first scene when you're like favorite scene, least favorite scene, the first scene to pop into my head, which I'm guessing means probably it's a favorite, is when Holly like tries on the dress. It's all like that, and he's just like, I can fix it, I can fix it.
he's like, I'm not, doesn't even bat an eye. I got this.
I
I
know, I
got
was
this.
like,
Let's go.
I don't know why that I see that scene I like because it shows how like almost invested he is already to the wedding, being like, I'll help you, I'll help make this day the best day ever. And then, obviously, as we go,
I love Shay. I feel like I don't remember a single thing that happened. I feel that. And I finished this, yes, day before yesterday.
I finished it
I
last night.
finished this book this morning.
The guy
Hence why
read
this
so
got
many
four
books.
stars.
My brain just goes, I've worked extra hours these last few days that I originally wasn't supposed to, so my brain is just on autopilot.
Yeah.
Another favorite scene is the epilogue at his proposal.
Oh, that was good.
I also another thing from a drag perspective were some of the drag names. My brain went, why? Two lane highway. My brain went,
I
what?
agree.
Like,
Yeah,
there's not even a way to like spell it. Like, how did he spell it?
I don't know the answer to that.
Oh, wow, that's Annabeth Albert. Too far back. There's a preview to Sailor Proof in the back. He spelled it Tulane. And then her last name's just Highway, and I'm like, interesting.
Fun.
Hmm.
Of a drag name. We could have gone something a little bit more punny and hilarious. Like I have friends named Safonda Cakes, Safonda Cox, Anita Martini, Anita Man, or I'm a dude, Ivana Profin, Diabetti. Like, there are better names. Two Lane Highway? I was
Yeah.
waiting, like, when that character appeared, I was waiting for her to be, like, Asian. I don't know why, but the way that she kept talking about her, like, the name Tulane, like, I could hear
Yeah.
it in, like, an Asian accent, and I was like, okay, maybe there's a pun there better if you hear
Yeah.
it, like, in an Asian accent, and I was like, No, I think it was like a really tall black dude. And I went, are you living underneath the overpass? And that's why your name's Tulane? Like, I'm confused. Shay says, I finished it last week and I remember liking it, but I don't think there was anything super memorable. Hence a 4-star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, it's a 4-star, and we're going to talk about one of my least favorite parts about this. I don't know if it's a scene, but the preacher storyline. How unresolved that whole thing feels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will say, yeah, I agree. It feels very unresolved, but it also, that storyline is what took this book from that 3.5 that I was originally like doing to that 4 of how there's actually like a little something else sprinkled in there where you're like, okay,
Not the overpass. What was that? Like, why? See, I'm at least glad that they utilized the fact that he was a cop in some way, shape, or form. Because
yeah,
if not, then why the hell did you make him a cop?
Hmm.
yeah,
Agree.
I get. I've looked up some of other of Andrew Gray's books, and he seems like he does a lot of suspense romance. He has a lot set in the same town of
yeah, I
Carlisle
kind of saw that.
something. He has like Carlisle police, Carlisle hospital, Carlisle firefighters, Carlisle this, Carlisle that. And I'm like, well, I'm kind of interested in some of these. So I'm like, well, if I read one, which one do I read first? Do they all
Yeah.
overlap? But I was like, I felt like this was fun,
Hmm.
but as a suspense romance lover, I mean, i.e., Max Walker,
Hmm.
where's my resolve? We
They
didn't
meant to
even know
not
what
focus on
happened.
that.
We didn't even know what happened to the preacher. Did
No.
he run away and get away with it? Did he get arrested?
Yeah, they could have just added even a line in the epilogue of like, oh, he was arrested for this, or
Hmm.
like
Be like,
something like that.
after we held, after we did the court cases for this,
Yeah.
or something. Could have been a throwaway line, but
Exactly.
what? He also gave me
But
the
it still
creeps.
was fun. My brain just goes, preacher got arrested. That's my canon.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
But in my head, I was like, oh, this guy is disguising himself as this person. Ooh, he's a child molester. Is where my brain went completely like the first time the preacher was introduced and sitting up higher, I went, oh, this is a child molester.
Mhm.
I was like, watch. The reason why Margot doesn't like, oh, it is pronounced Margot. The T is silent. Duh, not Margaret. It's still Margot. Whatever. It's been a long day. I was like, no wonder Margot doesn't like him. Did he try to do something to her? And the mom didn't believe?
Maybe.
But I also was like, so while you're there and he leaves the office, James just gets up and takes pictures before even deciding to investigate, before that was ever brought to him. Oh, I'm just going to walk around his office and just take pictures of things.
He probably had a reason.
I was like, this just seemed a little out of it, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just like, all right. Oh my god, are we really here with the questions? Okay. Did anything in this book shock you?
No, but I'm shocked that we're on this question. Jesus Christ.
I thought the same thing. I was like, wait, what?
like, we're only 20 minutes into this live. What the oopsies. But I guess I was shocked a little bit about the whole preacher thing, and then also I wasn't shocked by, well, it becoming technically a drag wedding because I kind of thought it was gonna go that way as soon as the preacher thing. It has to go that way. But I was shocked it actually did.
My thing was is what kind of shocked me was Wes outing them at the reception because he wasn't the one that I thought was going to do it. Because they were at the bachelorette party and that one chick who likes James
Oh yeah.
gave me weird vibes, so I thought she would go dig through Daniel's purse.
Hmm.
So I thought she was the one that was going to be like blow it all up, even if it was her telling Wes and Wes confronting Daniela.
Hmm.
But past that, this was a ABC romance.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad, it wasn't phenomenal.
Right.
It's one that I would like it's the standard of what I want sometimes. Like this is
Hmm.
exactly what I needed of like the people meet event or something that however they get together, happy ending.
Hmm.
Yeah. This
I
is
mean,
what I needed at the time.
it did touch on a couple of major issues, but
Yeah.
because they talked about the grandmother, they talked about the 10 commandments of the mother. So it did
Yeah.
touch on things. Granted, it did kind of inspire me. I kind of want to make a 10 commandments here.
I've already started thinking
I was
about
like, if I come up with the 10 commandments, will this help me and Sterling even more in this whole situation? Huh. Eh.
Mm.
Things to ponder. Do we have any quotes that stand out, Lori?
I didn't have too many this time. Not really. There were some I remember liking, but I don't remember what they were. You know what I mean? Like off the top of my head.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I just listened to the audiobook. So
I none of them stood out. It was a
yeah, so if
fun audio.
I
I
was like, if
kept
I'm listening to an audiobook, I can't really easily annotate it because then I'd forget why I annotated it.
same. So we have thoughts on the writing style.
No, but can I talk about the audiobook narrator?
Yes.
Kind of. I in the nicest way possible sounded a little too gay. Like I get that is like
Okay, you went
especially
too gay. My brain went, I don't think he was gay enough.
I didn't listen to it, so I don't know.
Because in my head, James should have been a little bit we should have had two separate narrators, just say.
yeah.
Because in my head,
Yeah.
James should have been that straight acting gay guy voice, that like cop voice, because he's hidden it so well from his family. But it should be like that undertone of it's so straight laced, you automatically know he's gay as hell.
Yeah.
But Daniela's wasn't gay enough. She a fabulous drag queen. Where was the sass in the voice? Like there
Yeah.
wasn't
Like
enough sass.
yeah, I mean it was good and like you said it should have had two separate narrators. And like so I don't know why. Like I obviously like I listened to the audiobook and I did enjoy it, but I don't know, there's something like every so often my brain was just like I think I just don't like the narrator.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't think I'd listen to something else that they narrate.
I wonder if you would attempt it if he had a second voice with him and it wasn't a gay book, to see what you thought of his narration.
Yeah.
Audio narrator, I'm with Hope. It felt too over the top, and I know so many flamboyant gays. I do agree there should have been two narrators.
I just thought of kind of data. It felt like the narrator was trying too hard with some of what are you laughing at?
My brain, because over here I'm like, I didn't think he tried hard enough in certain spots. And I'm gonna laugh my ass off as if we were listening to it and it was the exact same scene and you're hearing it too gay, and I'm over here going, that's not gay enough for the way that that sentence is written.
Oh,
That's just funny.
oh dear Lord, we're just now I'm just laughing at that.
But then again, I'm a gay man. I hang around a lot of gay people on, I would say daily, but I barely see my friends these days. So whenever we hang out, I
Yeah.
don't leave the house that often. I I needed a little bit more Drew voice. That's the best, nicest way I could say that.
Yeah.
Because I needed a twink gay man's voice. Basically, those gay voices where they sound like they're children, but they're not. Does that make sense?
It does, it
I'm
does.
trying to say this in the nicest way I could
Just
say
nice.
it.
Yeah.
Drew's the only example I have that both of y'all would know the voice.
Yeah, fair enough.
Or my voice. Listen, deaf, dumb, and blind dogs know I'm gay as hell. Listen, Chewy tells me on the daily just by the sassy looks he gives me. Chewy just looks at me and is like, God, you're being gay again, and then like leaves the room. And I'm not exaggerating, guys,
Oh,
when I
no,
say
I
that.
believe you.
Did this book remind you of any others?
Not me.
No.
It reminded me of Birdcage, the movie, but that's it.
Like, I feel like I've read a book that was somehow like centered around planning a wedding or there being a wedding or some sort of thing like that, but I can't remember exactly which book.
Why do I feel like Save the Date by Morgan Matson would have been one of yours? And oh my god, where'd y'all go? I'm back.
Like, what fucking book was it? It's gonna annoy me. I'll figure it out afterwards, and
I
My
don't really
brain.
read a
maybe if I
lot of
remember, leave a
regular
comment.
romances.
This is the second or third book I've read with drag. Third book with drag. One was had a drag superhero in it. Matter of fact, we're starting that series next month.
Yes,
Um, for the Clune Along,
I'm so ready.
because there's a drag character in this series. And then the other drag book I can think of is Gentlemen or not Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, Death Prefers Blondes,
Yes, yeah, I read that one. I love that one.
and loved it.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
This is
Read
gonna
it
annoy me.
because read it because it was Mel's favorite book.
Oh yeah.
Would we ever reread? Maybe when I need a palate
No.
cleanser. If I was reading all the authors' backlist in a certain order,
I, d-
I don't think so.
I
I don't
don't
know.
think I would.
I don't think I would keep the copy. I think if I ever wanted to read it, I would just find it at the library or if it's on an ebook.
yeah, I'm
Yeah, fair
gonna
enough.
I'm gonna keep my copy for a little bit because I want to try more Andrew Gray.
Yeah, I would like to. Yeah.
And if Andrew Gray becomes like an auto by author and I want like a shelf of his works, I would want to keep it as like this is the first one I read by him kind of
Fair enough.
thing. And Shay says, probably not. I I'm sorry guys for choosing this.
But hey, like you said, it was that good like palate cleanser
Yeah.
that I feel like we all needed based on kind of
Mm.
I'm kind of glad I read this one for our book club, seeing as I read for um, Fiction Falls, this behemoth.
fair, yeah.
Granted, that behemoth is my second favorite book of the year. And I bent it.
I still
Oh
Oh,
didn't get a
no.
chance to read that one.
it's so good. It reads a lot easier than you think it would.
That's good.
I thought it was going to be like Brandon Sanderson confusion. No, it's really like Sarah J. Maas easy in, like when she has her thick books. Because I finished that in 3 days
Yeah, I
because
want to
that's
get a
all I
copy of
wanted
it.
to consume. Would we read another book by this author?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see if there's a book out there that it's like a 5 star from him. I would probably put him on a try an author again
Mm.
challenge.
I definitely would. I would want
Spe-
something that had more bones to it, a little bit more bones
mhm.
to it, though.
Especially if he's like a lot of his books are known for like from the looks of it similar to Max Walker.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
I want to know, does he have
What
ones
it takes.
where,
Yeah.
because a lot of his are indie published. This one's a traditionally published because this is published by Karina Karina Press. Their Adores section, which is their queer imprint,
Oh yeah, yeah.
which I've read a couple books by them, by their press. But yeah, I would try. He has several that I would try. I think I have a list written down somewhere of a couple that I'm like, I would start here.
Yeah.
Would you recommend this book to others?
Yeah, I think I would because it's like a palate cleanser. It has its humorous moments. And
If
especially if somebody's like, I want something like queer, but like just like a little different. It's like, well, there's the drag queen element that isn't in that many books.
mhm.
Yeah. I'd say, like, if you just read something really intense and you want something to calm you down, that this would be a good one for that. I'd recommend for that.
I would also recommend it to people if they told me their favorite movie was Birdcage and they were looking for something similar but not exact. Because you can tell the inspirations if either of y'all have seen that movie.
I haven't.
I can see that from Hope, but Lori, darling. It's Robin Williams and Nathan Lane.
I probably have and just don't remember. The name sounds familiar, but I can't
Michael
place it.
Kidd, Michael Kidd, Michael Kidd. Twilight. Madonna. Keep it all in here.
I finally figured out the book that I was thinking of that involves a wedding that my brain thought of.
What book?
The Spanish Love Deception.
Oh,
Oh shit. I've read that.
I
had
was
that
like,
too.
I literally have just been scrolling through my Goodreads going, which fucking book was it? Like,
I
I
gave
think
that
that was
four
it. There
stars
might
as
have been
well.
another one too.
Isn't that like one of Alicia's favorite books of all time, kind of thing?
Yep.
And I think that's why I read it, was because of Alicia. And then I gave another one by that author 2 stars and then DNF the other one. So I went, this author's just not for me. You know, when you get to those romance authors that sometimes their writing just feels too heavy.
Found the one that I was actually thinking of. The one that I was thinking of really fucking hard, and it's queer.
Which one?
The Feeling of Falling in Love by Mason Deaver.
Ah,
That's the exact one I was thinking of.
I still haven't read a single thing by Mason Deaver.
I've read technically four.
I have contemplated eventually with my MM romance vlogs doing a YA edition and read MM YA authors for a week.
Oh
But
yeah.
how often do I really gravitate to YA unless I'm forced to because of read alongs?
Literally, I now feel like a weight off my chest because I found it. Because my brain was like, I think it was also queer too, if I remember correctly. And that's why when I like saw a Spanish love discussion, I was like, oh, it's not queer, so I don't think it's that one. But I mean, it fits for similar vibes, for like theme of location.
Yeah.
This one, it's literally like cross country with somebody for a family's wedding.
Mm.
Gotcha.
So, any lingering questions or thoughts on the book?
No,
I don't really have anything either.
Wait, this is very going fast.
It
I mean,
really is.
besides like back to talking about the mother, I still can't believe that she like sabotaged so much shit. It pisses me off.
I could understand if she was sabotaging the gay wedding, but
Yeah,
her
exactly.
daughter's wedding?
But like exactly like changing the
Dress thing with the dress?
The
no, like
dress,
Yes.
the
well the
pamphlet,
dress,
Yep.
the
the
pamphlet,
pamphlet,
the
yeah, like
flowers, which was
all of
never
that. Like
confirmed if she did it or not. But I swear to God, if my mother ever switched the fancy, expensive flowers that I wanted for my fucking wedding to fucking
Yep.
carnations, bitch, it'd be
yeah,
on.
Mm.
I literally was like I wanted to just it was pissing me off so much because I'm like, why the fuck would you, as a mother who cares about their children and loves their children, ruin the biggest day of their life for something
Hmm.
you want?
Just had to be in control.
If like let's say God
Yeah.
forbid someday I get married and my mother started doing that shit, you're uninvited.
Hello? This is why my friends and my husband stole all the planning away from me and surprised me with a wedding. The only thing they forgot about was the Care Bear. Thankfully, they were willing to come back here and grab the Care Bear, but when I gave them descriptions of which Care Bear to grab, what did a couple of my friends do? They grabbed every single pink Care Bear I owned because they couldn't figure out which one was Cheer Bear. I was like, one, it's the oldest Care Bear I own. You can clearly see it's old. Well, older. I can't say old because it is from like the late 80s, early 90s. So it's like not that old, but it's almost 30
Older.
years, if not older. But you can clearly see that it's a different kind of bear than the rest of my bears. Because my bears look new. And it's the Care Bear that's been sitting by our bed. And then my mother, I love her to pieces. But we handed it to her to walk down the aisle because I wanted her to hold it while we walked. She walked me down the aisle because the Care Bear represented my sister. What did she do? The bear's facing her. I didn't even realize that until I was watching the video and I went, all right. The bear was supposed to be facing outwards, but okay. But I'm like, if that's the only thing that went wrong that day, okay. Well, besides one of my bridesmaids standing on Sterling's side and wasn't getting the hint. So the person who was supposed to take that spot on his side decided to stand on mine.
Oh.
He was like, I don't know what to do, just stood next to Caitlin, like, I don't know what to do. And I was like,
You're just like, I guess I'm in this spot now.
and then I went, "Aw, that's cute. One of your friends traded with one of my friends. That's cute." And then when I found out it was an accident, I went, "Oh, y'all just say it was on purpose. Just say it was
Yeah,
on
it's like
purpose."
it could have been on purpose to be like showing like, oh, you're together now, so the friend groups might combine and the friends
Yeah.
are like family now.
Yeah. So I'm like,
So
I I got asked yesterday by one of our neighbors. She's like, "So how long have y'all been married now? Is it 3 years now?" And I was like, "Not till August. It'll be 5 years we're together in November."
Mhm.
COVID makes it feel like it should be a lot longer
yeah.
because COVID felt like 5 years in 1 year. Sorry, I'm rambling now because I'm also trying to help stretch the time out a little bit.
I'm like, where do you, what, like the moment that you need my boyfriend to walk in and just start randomly talking about shit to just shake this live of just be like, what did you say?
Would you also say this was really good representation of queer literature? I'd say
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, it has its. I mean, like, there's obviously kind of like the drag side of the makeup. It's like, well, that's maybe not the bestest
Uh-huh.
representation ever, but
Okay, so I've read 4 books with drag because I forgot Becoming Ted when his boyfriend breaks up with him, decides he's going to become a drag queen. And it's a
yeah,
guy in his like late 30s, early 40s. And the drag names in that actually made sense.
but yeah, overall, I'd say yeah, it's a good representation. It deals with kind of some of the a little bit more difficult topics,
Hmm.
but is still like lighthearted.
Yeah.
And I would say it's good representation of drag. It's just there's a couple of things that I'm like, makeup wise, okay, you did it because it's a book. Okay, cool. Maybe you're not, maybe Andrew's not the best knowledgeable when it comes to makeup. He is a gay man after all.
Yeah, so who knows?
So he's literally, I saw an interview that he had done where he stated that literally he just wanted to write a book that gave off the vibes of Birdcage. And he was going off of Birdcage makeup, which is not drag makeup these days. It was drag makeup in the 90s, where it was literally a little bit of blush, a little bit of foundation, lips, lipstick, lip gloss, mascara. Let's go. These days, you have to spend hours on your face and you have to bake it.
Yeah,
Anybody's rating changing?
No, I'm staying 4.
no, still a four.
Still a 4. So I hope everybody joins us for the flip side of things next month. where we read Mistakes Were Made,
Yay!
aka the MILF book,
I'm so
Excited.
excited.
where she has a drunken one night stand and then meets her best friend's mother the next day and finds out that's who she slept with.
Person.
I like a good age gap sometimes, so I'm excited.
I haven't read an age gap in a while. So,
Good news, she likes someone. Bad news, it's her best friend's mom. Dun dun dun.
Dum.
Now, if you're
It
not
could get messy.
into MILFs and you want something a little bit more lighthearted and like easy to get through, you can join us with the TJ Clune along, where we are starting it with The Extraordinaries,
I'm so
which is
excited.
his one and only YA series about superheroes and a kid with ADHD. It is ADHD, right?
Yeah, yeah,
yes,
yeah. It is.
ADD, ADHD, same thing.
pretty much.
Ooh.
And I still
Animated popcorn.
love the background. I'm
Alright.
excited. I have not read this series
I also got me
since the
another drink
third
because
one came out.
I got something with
Yeah, that was like
popcorn.
end of 2022
I think so.
It's been a
or
while since I read it.
20. I think so.
When did this come out? 2022.
Yeah, or at least I think maybe it came out mid and I read it at the end. I don't.
I think it came out in fall of 2022 because I remember we read the no, this was the camp seasonathon book
Excuse me.
because this comes out in the season right after camp seasonathon where we interviewed TJ Clinton, which I got to figure out how to possibly get us a chance to interview him after we read all of his traditionally published work because I think that would be a fun discussion.
I think so.
Or if you want something a little bit easier and you want to follow me and Hope on our journey of Alice Oseman because you're missing out on our little gay boys, can join us next month with Heartstopper Volume 2. And if you haven't read Volume 1, read it too because it's
Yeah,
June and Pride Month.
and also they're very, very quick.
Yeah. I got mine up there. So.
I did not mean to throw that. It went flying out of my hands.
Oh dear lord.
And while we're at it, if you want another gay book to attach it to, the fiction fall pick for June is also gay,
Mm,
but it has no audiobook because it's Dan May,
I cannot wait for that.
which is a Chinese light novel with gay male characters.
I got both copies. I got that one and then that other pretty one.
I stated I wanted to get the cheap version to start with. See if this is a series that I want to own the complete series. And if that's the case, then I may start collecting the collector's editions because they're really freaking pretty.
They
It's just
are.
this was like 15 and that was like 24.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other one is expensive, but it's nice.
And but I also really like this cover too, so I
Hmm.
was like, ugh. I
Yeah,
also
I like
went
both covers.
why not? Seeing as I know Amanda has the other edition and I can have this edition and we can show up the differences.
I had both of them, so and now I'm gonna be host, whatever, special, whatever.
I mean, and not to really talk about another book club, but if you're wanting another gay book, I know the Swoonies are doing The View from the Top next month, which is sapphic.
Hmm.
Plug everything.
I just love how all the book clubs are like lining up with the gay. I mean, July's fiction fall book is also going to be gay
Yeah.
because it's the new V.E. Schwab.
Oh yeah. My brain goes, that book comes out in July. How the fuck is
No,
it
it comes
already
out in
May?
Yeah,
June.
June? Oh.
I have, I have that coming from
Still, my
Book
brain's
of the
like,
Month.
oh, I could have sworn that was just announced.
Hello? I mean, the one that was just, I know we're getting the cover soon, but we're getting the next Ashley Herring Blake's book soon.
Yeah, you meant that this morning?
Hmm.
Yeah.
I
It'll
was
be
like, it was
the
either last night or this morning.
sequel to Dream On
Ramona
that has
Riley.
yellow on it.
Do you have ideas?
I'm doing Camp Nightmare next month.
Oh.
And I had a special guest do some spins for me for my TBR, and I have to, the only ones that I have to read besides my book clubs and stuff are those 5 prompts.
Oh yeah.
And one of them she gave me is my favorite color on the cover. And I'm like, my 2 favorite colors now are blue and yellow, but I like to do the yellow for challenges like this because blue's on everything.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, and I was thinking about a sapphic reading vlog anyways next month. Seeing as our book and Sweeney's book are both sapphic, so I was like, sapphics. Gives me
Yeah.
more to recommend when we do Sapphic September.
Mhm.
But yes, I hope everybody joins us next month for Mistakes Were Made or The Extraordinaries. It's going to be really fun. I know Dana from Dana Ella will be joining us for Mistakes Were Made. So I'm excited for that. Um, like I said, everybody's linked down below. We're sorry this wasn't the most exciting discussion. I still think our best discussion this year has been our romantic agenda. Just because we
Yeah.
had the book of the sexuality, our guest was as of that sexuality.
Yeah.
So to me, it made it a lot more in depth, which is what I was hoping for this month, but Amazon had to be a bitch to Drew.
Yeah.
He ordered the
Yeah.
book 2 weeks ago and still hasn't received it.
That's crazy.
So I'm like,
It's like that makes more sense if it's me ordering something off Amazon. Because I'm in Canada and sometimes they ship the books from Canada, sometimes it's from warehouses in the US, which in that case sometimes they get stuck at customs.
yeah. Okay, before we go on a tangent, thank you, Lori. Thank you, Hope, for joining as always. And thank you, everybody who is watching this afterwards. Thank you, Shay, for joining in with
Thank
us.
you, Shay.
Yes, we're going to say Wes was a hoe.
That was the hoe.
And
Mm-hmm.
who was the love interest in Romantic Agenda? Is his name Felix?
I
Hold
never
on.
read that one.
But on a scale of him to him, James and Daniel are somewhere in the middle. Because they're they're not bad, but they're not like that level.
They're average.
But that's all we've got for you guys. Remember, kids, to embrace your inner rainbow. Take care of your mental health. Hydrate or mummify, as they say. And
I agree.
until next time, I hope you guys have a fabulously gay day, month, year, night, whatever the time is for you. Bye.
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 In the broadcast, in the broadcast, in the broadcast.